Dealing with the unforeseen challenges caused by the COVID-19 pandemic has taken a significant toll on countries and people across the world. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, national responses have been vetted and have included containment measures such as lockdowns, quarantines, and curfews. On March this year, Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte has taken measures to prevent the deadly disease from entering the country. Large gatherings like birthdays, concerts, and movies were prohibited, and suspension of classes at all levels were made effective. On March 15, Bacolod City Mayor Evelio Linardia issued the Executive Order No. 21 that placed Bacolod under a General Community Quarantine or GCQ. All land, air, and sea travel to and from Bacolod were restricted. Curfew was implemented in the city effective starting 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. During the first week, however, from March 15 to March 21, a total of 728 residents have been arrested for violating the curfew hours based on the records of Bacolod City Police Office. This led two handsome researchers on a mission with the fulfillment of their Project Citizen to research about the curfew implementation through the lens of curfew violators of Bacolod City during the pandemic. Their study has found out that the four significant factors why violators violate the curfew was due to livelihood, geographical displacement, peer pressure, and lack of transportation. The research study was anchored in a theory of psychology explaining human motivation, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Abraham Harold Maslow posits that humans are motivated to fulfill their needs in a hierarchical order. This order begins with the most basic needs before moving on to more advanced needs. This enabled the researchers to conclude that when one's physiological needs are not met, his safety needs are compromised. People need to go out of the premise of their homes in order to attain food and water. The researchers recognize that policymaking should address the changing behavior of the people amid the situation of pandemic. Hence, the researchers drafted a city ordinance that was named City Ordinance 937-2020, an ordinance amending CO No. 934 Series of 2020, known as Expanded Period Ordinance of Bacolod City. Under this new ordinance, a 4-hour curfew implementation would take effect starting from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. as opposed from the original 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. The adjustment may seem insignificant, but the overall effect is substantial, especially to the working class of the city. A week after the drafting of this new ordinance, the National Cabinet has announced for local governments to implement a 4-hour curfew that should start at 12 a.m., exactly similar with the ordinance drafted by the researchers themselves. This is a feat, knowing that the motives of the researchers were aligned with the nation's desire for the greater interest of its citizen. Our small ripples of actions will turn into big waves of impact. You can do more today. Why not start now?